How many plants do I have is a very common question I get. I think it's around 50 inside of the house, but because I have so much outdoor space, I'm able to have more plants. They're just not in the house. My name is Benji, aka Benji Plant, and this is my handmade home in Los Angeles, California. I am a plant and interior decorating content creator. I make content on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok. It's about how to take care of plants and incorporating plants into your home in an intentional way and in a way that it mixes in with your furniture. So it feels like it's an addition to the home rather than like, okay, I'm just gonna put this plant here. I also do lifestyle vlogs and travel, and now it's kind of grown into something that I didn't really expect it to become, like being here for this video right now. This is the living room. It just lets in so much light and it feels like we're in Los Angeles, but it does not feel like it at all. I mean, you look out and you see all of the greenery through the windows and it feels like we're in a little treehouse. You can just feel the nature all around you. But also it's very secluded and it's quiet. I love that. And here's Theo. He has this cute little turtleneck on. Theo's digging. I would say that my design aesthetic is mid-century and Japanese and other Asian styles, keeping a color palette that is colorful, but it still feels very natural. Greens and browns and red and blues, and I love to incorporate different things from different places and different design styles. It's a better reflection of who you are. So this tree, it's called a Song of India tree, and it's rare to find them this large like this, and I love how it looks in the room. It just fills this corner up and it gets amazing light. It just makes such a big impact, and I think it sets the tone for the rest of the living room. And I have a lot of like very interesting ceramics. Whenever I travel, I bring back home pots for my plants, and these two are both from Japan. I like pairing plants with ceramics and creating these really beautiful displays. I think that kind of tells a little bit about who I am. I've always just loved natural things, rocks, knickknacks from travels, and they work very well with plants. We also have a moss terrarium, which is such a cool like integration into the bookshelf. It just gives like a sense of lushness, and then I have other little enclosures here too. This is the bedroom. You get to look out onto the deck and you get a lot of good light in here. So it feels super peaceful to be up here because you get to see the tops of all of the trees. And so it feels like you're in a little tree house. Really beautiful. Here I created a curtain with this vining plant. I put up this net trellis and then I've twined this plant around it. My little plant curtain I made. I love waking up in the morning and the sun comes through this window, and then the outdoor space is right outside of the bedroom, and I'm starting a little cottage garden with flowers and then vegetables. This area is still a work in progress, you know, just planting a few little things here and there just to add some color. Let's go back downstairs and I'll show you the dining room and the kitchen. So here we are now in the dining room. I found this table on Facebook Marketplace. I also love these red chairs, little pops of red and then more plants. On this hutch, we also have some ceramics. I got this at the Pasadena flea market. This is another plant that I love. It's a moss ball with a plant growing on top of it. Fits almost perfectly around this ball. I also got this dish in Japan, and I've just been looking for the perfect thing to display it with, and this is so pretty. One of my favorite kinds of plants, they are called staghorn ferns. In nature, they grow on trees, so I love using them in place of where I would have a piece of art, because they're almost like a picture frame or a piece of art that you can put on the wall. Then we have the kitchen. And this kitchen is super unique. I haven't seen anything really like this before because of the windows and the way that you enter into the sink. I'm able to look out into the garden and you're just like enclosed in windows. Like you can just stand there and look out and see the birds. I really love the character of the kitchen. And then also the original appliances. It just fits in with the aesthetic of the home. And out here, we have a pretty large garden space. So we redid this entire garden to be native plants, so California native plants. Planting native plants is great for the environment, but also it saves you on water. And these stones, I was inspired by Japanese landscaping. They use a lot of these kinds of stones in their walk paths. And then we have some grasses, we have flowers. Before it was just a lot of ivy and weeds. And now it's drought resistant and it's good for the wildlife and the bees and the birds and pollinators, things like that. And then I think this is probably my favorite part of the entire garden. It is a rock water fountain. So we drilled a hole and we stuck a pipe in it. And so it just like constantly recirculates the water. Theo, what are you doing? There's just coyotes and bears and things like that out here that could get them. Also hawks. I just love that it feels like we're in a forest, that the trees just overhang wherever you go in the garden. And because of the trees, it does create that microclimate, so you're able to grow a lot of different kinds of plants that you typically couldn't grow in Los Angeles. So yeah, I love like different ideas for gardens, and native landscaping is definitely the way to go. But yeah, this property is pretty large. And then I forgot to show this, but rock star. I think it's fun to highlight that. Being out in the garden feels so different from anywhere in LA. It's very relaxing and chill and zen to just hang out here. I love coming out here, especially in the morning. Theo comes out with me too. He loves being out here. He gets to look at the birds and sniff around. It feels very inspiring to live here. There's a lot of history in this place. The architecture is beautiful and it's inspiring for design, but also with plants and general creativity. I've always felt connected to plants all my life, so I love it. The house is just, it's stunning, and yeah, I love this place. Thank you so much for coming to my home. Hit the like and subscribe button to see more homes just like this. And also don't forget to water that plant that you have sitting in the corner.